銀河鉄道39
Okay, let's finish off Chapter 3 of Volume 14 of Galaxy Express 39. The title here was the Uruzu Zone no Yokai, the yokai or the spirit of the loose zone. And the loose zone apparently meant things are just kind of loose, like loosey-goosey, not tight. And for whatever reason, most of the first part of the chapter was something with not being able to find Tetsuro and then discovering that apparently, well, they didn't discover, but Tetsuro apparently just like fell off the train. Things were loose. And he was in the shield, doing okay. They finally figured out that he had indeed fallen off. And we had stopped and paused here at the chapter with Tetsuro saying, こんなところで泳いでいるなんて人はバカかと思うだろうな. Which is something along the lines of, as for a person or as for people swimming or whatever in a place like this, meaning in space, an idiot thinking probably, aren't they? Or isn't it? So anyone would be thinking that a person swimming in a place like this must be an idiot. Something along those lines. So that's where we paused. So meanwhile, the train is coming in. The train doesn't normally, I guess, again, loose apparently means things about like falling apart or whatever. So now we can see, right, there's junk everywhere on the planet below. Even the train whistle is kind of like breaking down. I guess that's what that's supposed to indicate. We see broken television sets, junk everywhere. Oh, okay. So the train dips back up. Eki ga nai? The station doesn't exist? So like there's no station? Aha, 確かここらのはずなんですが、見当たりません. Huh. Certainly hereabouts it ought to be, but like visual sighting not doing. Like I don't see it. So it ought to be here, but I don't see it. Apparently it's buried under all that junk. Yeah, miyatari, literally like visual success, to not be found. Miyataranai. So again, like you can't visually see it, you can't find it. それがここは何してからルーズな街でして、こういうこともないことでは? Okay, so, well, that is that thing. That thing is that. As for this
Hello
place, nani shite, like from doing the name, like maybe according to the name, nani suru. Yeah, let's go with that. Like from the name, it's a loose town. Loose town. It is like from the name. This sort of a thing also not existing event. ... So meaning, so this sort of thing, like, I guess like may not have had, or how to put that? こういうこともないことでは. This sort of thing also not existing thing, or not existing event. Kind of maybe it's like it's not unexpected for a place that's called the loose town. Demo, but 駅が行方不明ではもののけじめがつきません. Okay, however, the station, as for it being whereabouts unknown, もののけじめ. Mononoke. Okay, I don't think it's supposed to be Spectre. Mono. のけじめ。もののけじめがつく. Okay. けじめをつける is to draw the line, make a clear distinction. So I guess what he's saying is the station, as for it being whereabouts unknown, it does not make a clear distinction of things. 被験者に聞いてみましょう. Let's go try to ask the engine car. However, the train, as for it being whereabouts unknown, it does not draw a distinction. Oh, I guess it has something to do with like whether the station's actually disappearing, the distinction between whether it's actually disappearing or gone or some other thing. Like there's no distinction between that, maybe. In any case, he's saying, let's go ask the train car. So here's the kikansha, the train car. Wakaranai, don't know. Kiro no tori ni wakusei kuiki nai ni shinyu shita no ni. I gotta zoom in a little bit here. Don't know. The railway like path, the path of the railway, wakusei kuiki. Airspace. The airspace of the planet, or inside the airspace of the planet. The Shinyu, even though we proceeded inside the airspace of the planet on the path of the railway. So even though we've done that, eki no sonzai mo shingoki mo miataranai. The station's existence, also the train's existence, or even the train's existence, and the signal machine also can't, not to be found, not visually sighted. Shingoki. Shingoki is literally like signal equipment. Shingoki. Yeah, the traffic lights or the signaling mechanisms. Meaning for like the train and stuff. Kore dewa. As for with this, teisha no shoganai. No choice but to like stop the train. Teisha no shoganai. Shoganai normally means no choice or there's nothing we can do about it. So no choice about train stopping, or there's nothing we can do about stopping the train. I guess meaning like there's no place to actually stop the train. Okay. So the train is still going. You can still see piles of junk kind of cluttered everywhere. Korewa? As for this, meaning like, what is this? Iwayuru gomi no yama desu. Oh, is that still meiteru? Yeah, that's still meiteru. Iwayuru gomi no yama desu. Mountain of trash. Iwayuru. Iwayuru. Okay, like a so-called mountain of trash. Nani shiro minasan ga teateri shidai ni ゴミを吸ってるもんで. Okay. Nanishiro means like in any case, or yeah, in any case, everybody shiatatari, haphazardly, using anything you can get your hands on. Shidaini is gradually, little by little, trash throwing away thing. So in any case, everyone, again, anything they get their hands on, haphazardly, little by little, gradually, the thing of throwing away garbage. That's what all that is. Uruzuzon desu mono ne. Shikata ga nai wa. This is the thing called the loose zone, isn't it? I guess there's nothing we can do about it. Kono gomi no yama ga koko no meibutsu dashi. This garbage mountain, this mountain of garbage, or these mountains of garbage, it's this place's famous thing. It's like what they're known for. It's their named item. Tatta hitotsu no torie da toyu hito mo ite, doumo yoku rikai dekinai tokoro desu. Okay, so it's just tatta hitotsu, just one thing. A single, just one, torie da. It's just one redeeming feature of the thing called hito mo of people also existing. Yeah. Domo, please, like, well understand, not possible place. It's a place where you just don't well understand. Hey, yeah, have a good one, Potato Bun. Appreciate it. Enjoy. Thank you again so much for the raid. Yeah, so I guess this is like, it's just one redeeming feature of the thing called people existing. Hito mo ite. And please, like, well understanding is not possible place it is. That seems weird. Sensa ni, this is the engine car talking. Sensa ni hanno ari. On the sensors, a response, meaning like a blip, exists. Eki no shozai o kakunin shita. Have done confirmation of the location of the station. So have confirmed the location of the station. Yokatta wa, I'm glad. Yokatta ka douka. Oh, yokatta ka douka mada wakaremasen yo. Like whether to be happy or not, I guess. Still don't know. I still don't know whether to be happy or not, you know? Whoa. Okay, so the train is heading, oh my goodness. And landing, stuff is flying everywhere. What do we got? Matsumoto went to the trouble. Car doors. What is that? Bottles. Bake cake. Is this supposed to be bake can? Bake cake? Trash bags, TVs, cushions, lights, cassette tapes, that far in the future. Take your pick. Tables, bicycles, lots and lots of junk. Half expecting like a, person to be in there. Okay. Mo muchakucha ne. It's already or still crazy. Muchakucha just means like messy, crazy. Soyokoto desu. Hai. It is that sort of a thing. Indeed. Got an apple core. Fish bones. umbrella, Coke bottle. Good stuff. And poor Tetsuro. Tetsuro's still surfing the wave here. Why? Why? Okay. We're going to get a bunch of panels here, tall panels. Tetsuro's slowly falling in here, and he's saying something up here. So let's see what he's saying. Kukan kido no shield no naka wa rakka sokudo ga ite shiteru karai. Shiteru karai kedo, yappari kimochi warui na. Okay, so as for inside the shield of the space railway, that's what he's been surfing along with there. The descent speed is, because it's steady, it's constant. Ite. Yeah, it's fixed, uniform, whatever. That's good. Because it's fixed, it's constant, that's good. Ikedo. But as I thought, it like feels bad. It feels creepy. It feels weird, doesn't it? So he is falling, but he's not accelerating like he would be in a normal gravity fall. He's just sort of like slowly tumbling down here. So he's likely not gonna die. And we get a big landing, I guess, here. Wait a minute. We get a gue. All right, what do we got here? Cables, more fish bones. We can see a ramen package. We get all sake, big sake, big alcohol. Lots of stuff. More fish bones. Banana peel. Half the fun of this chapter is just looking at all the junk. I don't actually see Tetsuro. Is he there? He's either down here or he's plummeting here. I don't know. Either way. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. He apparently like formed a little crater. You see the stink lines, I guess, coming up. So Tetsuro has landed. He's all confused. You see the sign that says station. There's another bottle of big sake. Okay. Okay, believe it or not, there's only 3 pages left in this chapter. So this is all of our dialogue here. All of our story is going to happen in like 2 or 3 pages. Kega wa nai, Tetsuro? So as for wounds, do they not exist, Tetsuro? So are you not wounded? Are you okay? Meiteru? Dousete boku no rakka chiten ga? How or why my falling spot? Like, how did you know where I was going to fall or where I was going to land? Chiten is just the point, the location on the ground. And again, like descent. Anata wa kukan kido no shield no naka o totte eki no atta tokoro e ochite kita no yo. Okay, so as for you, the inside of the shield of the space railway, like traveling along, and the station's existing location to that fell and came. So it's because you came and fell to the place where the station existed, following along the inside of the shield railway. Or the space railway of the shield thing. Oh, naruhodo. I see now. これは駅の看板だ. So as for this thing, it's the station's kanban. Kanban is a bulletin board or a board that you put stuff on. Yeah, signboard. 列車はあっちに止まってますよ. As for the train, in that direction, stopped. So the train has stopped over there. 早く列車に入って休みましょうね. Yeah. Quickly to the train, entering and like, let's rest. Let's rest and enter the train quickly. あっちに, over there. ここの10人解きたら、ここの10人を解きたら、ここの10人解きたら、ゴミに駅が埋まったので、勝手に移動させてしまってるんですよ。Okay, so this place's residents, when they come, no. Yeah. Junin. When this place's residents arrive, when they come, gomi ni eki ga umatta node, because the station is buried in trash, then like freely or randomly movement or transfer is done. That's what it is. Ido, that's like transfer, to move. Yeah, movement. Randomly or freely, like movement is done. I guess he's talking about the station. I guess because of the trash, the station gets buried in trash, they just randomly katteni move the train station. Nandaka kiraku na hoshi da ne. Kind of a kiraku, like an easygoing, carefree, happy-go-lucky planet, isn't it? And he means that in the sense of like, right, they just throw the trash anywhere, and we'll just move the station wherever. Nandaka kiraku na hoshi da ne. Yappari resha mo umatte ra. So he laughs and says, as I thought, the train also is like buried. Warai goto desho ka ne? Warai goto. He's saying like, it is a funny thing, isn't it? So laughing goto. I guess goto desho. Oh, he is asking a question. Maybe it's sort of like, is this really something to laugh at? So a laughing thing. Is that so? I wonder. Desho ka ne? Okay. All right. Gomi no yama. Mountains of garbage. Miwatasu kagiri gomi no yama. So to the limit of what the eye can see, as far as the eye can see, mountains of garbage. Biru ya ie mo aru kedo, ugoiteru hito kage ga doko ni mo mienai. Buildings and houses also exist. So there's buildings and houses, but like the shade or the shadow of people, nowhere to be seen. Not visible anywhere. Moving. People moving about, or the shadow of people moving about, not visible anywhere. Hitokage, again, like maybe traces of people, but literally the shadow of a person. Ie wa mina akia. So as for houses, they're all empty. They're all empty houses. Akia. You don't see akia too often. Yeah, all vacant houses. Kono hoshi mo akia. This planet also is a vacant house, but she means the planet. So the planet itself is also vacant, is what she's saying. Jumin wa hito mo inai. As for residents, even one person does not exist. So there's not even one resident. Dare mo inai? Not even one? Nobody existing? Hoshigoto akia. The planet itself is a vacant house. Gomi ni uzu mo uzumorete shimatta node, koko o misutete, dokoka no hoshi e iju shite shimatta rashiin desu yo. Hai. Okay, so in trash, because it got buried in trash, but uzu is a little bit different. Uzumo. I guess that's just kind of an older. Oh, wow. We normally see like umaru or umeru, but apparently there's also uzumeru to be buried. Anyway, because was buried in trash, abandoning this place and to a planet someplace, migration did, it seems, that's what it is, indeed. And again, iju, we saw ido earlier, meaning like movement. Now we get iju, which that character means to live. So a transfer of living or migration. Did migration to a planet somewhere? It seems, yep, indeed. Hi. Okay. だってこのゴミは自分たちが捨てたんだろ? But as for this garbage, themselves threw away, right? Meaning like, but they were the ones that threw away all this garbage, right? ゴミを捨てるやつもって山となる? Okay. As for throwing away garbage, tsumote yama, it becomes a tsumote mountain. A piling up, tsumoru. It becomes a piling up mountain. So as for throwing away garbage, it becomes a piling up mountain. Or it piles up into a mountain. Mireba, gomi ni naru mae wa mina rippa na gomi no moto bakari. Okay. If look, meaning like if you look at it, gomi ni naru mae. Oh, I guess as for before becoming garbage, everything splendid garbage, like originally, it's just that. So I think what he's saying here, like if you look at the stuff, before it became garbage, it was all splendid things originally. They were all nice things originally. And he says bakari, it's like all just, it's nothing but that stuff. Nan no fujiu mo nakatte mitai? Nan no fujiu. Fujiu. Yeah, discomfort, inconvenience, poverty. What sort of a poverty or discomfort even didn't exist, it seems. So it seems like a double negative, meaning like it doesn't seem like they were impoverished at all. It seems like they weren't in any sort of discomfort or in any sort of want. Yutaka de uruzu na tokoro dattan daro na. Yutaka is abundance or wealth. So in abundance, a loose place it was, I guess. So again, a use of that term loose. ここは気楽でよかったのかな? As for this place, again, we get kiraku, which is that easy, carefree, easygoing. It was that, and like it was good, I guess, wasn't it? Shiawase ni gomi no yama o kizuite. In happiness, something a mountain of garbage. So shiawase in happiness or in good times. Shizuku? Kizuku. Sorry, kizuku. Fortunately, my fingers typed the right thing. To build. Okay, so another way to say to build up, to pile, or to amass. So piling up mountains of garbage in happiness. Inaku nachimattan desu na, tsumari. And then I guess like inakunaru, and then it like all became nothing. That's what it means. So again, piling up in happiness, mountains of garbage, and then becoming nothing. That's what it all means. Tsumari. Wow. Okay. Here we go. We got the last page. 2 final quips from our main characters and then our concluding paragraph. So let's see what we've got. 俺もほっといたらゴミの山に渦漏れる方だよな。Okay. Okay, so I guess if you leave me alone, hottoite is to leave alone or not touch. So I also, if you leave me alone into a pile of garbage, being buried direction it is, isn't it? So he laughs. Basically, like, I guess if you leave me alone, I'd get buried. I'd be buried in a pile of garbage too, wouldn't I? ゴミの山を作れるところはとても幸せなところよ. As for the place, or as for the situation of, I guess, being able to make a mountain of garbage, it's very much a happy place. That's an interesting thing to say. Okay, and again, we get our farewell for this strange short chapter. Let's read what we got here. 宇宙にはゴミの山など作ろうと思ってもゴミさえたまらない貧しい星がある. Okay, so as for in the universe, mountains of garbage and things like that, wanting to make or trying to make, and thinking about that, garbage itself. Garbage, like, I guess if only garbage not being able to stand poor planets existing. Okay, so as for in the universe, there exist planets that are poor that, like, I guess, like, they would love to be in the position of thinking about making mountains of garbage. Can we clean that up any better? Tamaranai. We usually see tamaranai as in, like, how could I bear this? How could I bear that happening? Yeah, tamaranai means to be intolerable. Can't help but do. So again, oh, but you know what? I guess tamaru also does mean to collect and gather up. That's actually what we want here. Yeah, so not collecting and poor planets. So garbage, if only garbage, not collecting and poor planets existing. So yeah, so there are planets, as for in the universe, there are planets existing that are poor and not even garbage piling up, and that are thinking like making mountains of garbage, would even just be thinking about making mountains of garbage. Okay. If only we could make mountains of garbage. Gomi no yama o kizukeru tokoro wa. Okay, that was the verb we saw at the very end there. That one. As for a place piling up mountains of garbage, totemo shiawase na hoshi da. It's a very much a happy planet. Okay, so kind of echoing the things we heard at the very end. Shiawase. I don't know the difference. So there is a dedicated kanji for happiness, this shiawase, blessing, fortune. But you can also spell shiawase using these two kanji. I don't know the difference in the two choices. In what we saw previously, when shiawase was used, interestingly, now that I think about it, it was all hiragana, so that he didn't make a choice. But now, and here we get shiawase. But finally, we get shiawase, but here it is in this kanji. I think this shiawase, this is a grade 3 kanji. Like, Japanese kids would be learning this in the 3rd grade. So I don't know why you wouldn't use that one. There's some sort of meaning there that I'm not quite understanding of the choice of using these. Anyway, I think I already, as for a place piling up mountains of garbage, it's very much a happy planet. To meitoru wa iu. As for meitoru, that's what she said. Gomi no yama, so recapping. Gomi no yama o kizuite nigedashita Luz Zone no hitobito wa doko ka no hoshi de mata gomi no yama o kizuiteru ni chigai nai. So as for people of the loose zone who piled up mountains of garbage and then like ran away, as for those people who did that, on a planet somewhere, again, mountains of garbage are piling up without a doubt. There's no mistaking that they're doing that again. Mata. Shiawase na hitobito de aru. A people of happiness existing. So like they are a happy people. I will be honest, this is not the sort of message that I was expecting. I kind of wonder if there's something else going on here that I'm just not getting. Because that seems, especially for Japan, who has always been pretty strict about garbage, this is kind of a funny thing. Okay, there was something else here I wanted to potentially look at. What was it? Oh, it was this thing. The title of the chapter was the yokai of the loose zone. We never really saw the yokai. So there is kind of an implication that there's a yokai involved in this, but we never even saw technically a hint of it. Again, I'm wondering if I missed something, or if that's just supposed to be kind of like a mystique or something involved with this chapter. In any case, I think that's enough. This was an interesting short chapter. Interesting short chapter in a series of chapters that had become increasingly long. And this was noticeably short and also kind of not a lot of content, which is kind of interesting. A lot of drawing stuff. But okay. Anyway, that was chapter 3 of volume 14. Next time we'll move on to chapter 4. Chapter 4, I think, it's huge. It may be the last. No, it's not the last chapter, but it is at least 64 pages. Yeah, it's going to be quite long. So we will look at that chapter and see what it's going to be about. next time.